And welcome to Let's Go Racing right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Chris Griffin back in the seat here with the Hall of Famer Dick Jerardi. We got a great show ahead and plenty to talk about. Let's find out what's going to happen on Let's Go Racing. That's right. On today's show, Parx trainer Butch Reid heads to Colonial Downs and comes away with a big win. And we have all those details. Parx Hall of Fame jockey Kendrick Carmouche. He went looking for his second Grade 1 race in his career in the Arlington Million. We'll tell you how he did. And next Saturday, of course, it's Smarty Jones Day right here at Parx Racing. Two $200,000 races, 6 stakes races, including the Cathryn Sophia. We go back in time. We're going to talk about the Kentucky Oaks when Cathryn Sophia won. These stories and so much more here on Let's Go Racing. And hello once again, Chris Griffin back. I'm still in vacation mode a little bit. Yes, yeah, still a little time off, but we get back into the action. Hello, good to see you. And we're back in action on Monday.
Yeah, we are. And we got some news, Chris, while you were gone. Pennsylvania Derby news. Yeah, okay. Wayne Lukas announced this week that Seize the Gray, the Preakness winner, will bypass the Travers next Saturday, and we'll see him here on September 21st in the PA Derby. Coach, of course, was here 2 years ago with Secret Oath and has made regular appearances in the PA Derby and the Cotillion, so it'll be great to see the Hall of Famer, the legend, back here at Parx on September 21st.
Yeah, very popular word with the kids right now, that aura. He's just got that aura. He's got that feel about him. When
Wayne Lukas is around, grandfather, yeah, he's the man.
When he is around, people show up, and we hope you show up as well for Pennsylvania Derby. But we got some great racing action as well, and we saw trainer Butch Reid. We were talking about Butch Reid, and he had a contender going in the Penny Chenery Stakes.
Yeah, favorite. Carmelina was 7-5. She's been in, look, you called some of her races up at BAQ early in the year. I mean, she's had a terrific 2-year run now, and in this race, she looks like it's the right spot. She looks like maybe she's lone speed. 7-5 at Colonial Downs in the Penny Chenery, of course, named after the owner of the great Secretary, Chris. And this is a great tidbit for you. Secretary was actually born 45 miles north of Colonial Downs in Doswell, Virginia.
Let's head down to Virginia right now, and Jason Beam on the call in the Penny Chenery.
It's Carmelina and Michael Sanchez, the pacemakers. Carmelina to the far turn after a 22-1 opening quarter mile. Leads at 3/4 of a length. Kissed by an Angel on the outside. Cap Classique now just 3 off the top. It's a length and a half more then. Starting to make up some ground. Gervin's Princess up, moving outside of Popover Gal. Savannah Marie's trying to launch from the back. Carmelina still leads them around past the 5/16. Carmelina in front by 3. Dazzling Move now trying to come from out of the pack. Savannah Marie continues to wind up on the far outside, is 5 or 6 wide as Carmelina brings them to the top of the stretch. Carmelina there by 2. Dazzling Move, Cap Classique trying to swing out to the 2 path. Those two chase second, third. Carmelina with 3/16 left to go. The lead is a length and a half. Cap Classique, Dazzling Move down the far outside. Savannah Marie. It's still Carmelina there though. Carmelina to the 16th pole. The lead still just over length. Cap Classique is trying so hard, is inching closer. Carmelina, Cap Classique charging late. Carmelina on the inside. Cap Classique surges. Carmelina looked to hold on.
And you do see trainer Butch Reid getting the job done there with Carmelina. She's been very good at 2. She's been very good at 3. She just is very consistent, keeps winning stakes races.
Indeed. 81 Buyer, which is the best of her career. And was she getting a little tired late? Yeah, maybe. The time was crazy fast, like 1:21.09, but that surface was really fast. That's kind of what that was. But she got it done, and Michael Sanchez was down there for the ride, Park's leading rider, and he gave her a perfect ride.
Very familiar names, but of course, just different setting. Speaking of a different setting,
yes,
all these big races, you might remember them from Arlington Park,
yes,
of course, and now they moved over to Colonial Downs. But the Beverly D Stakes, and this is a competitive one, Butch Reid once again has a contender.
Yeah, Nisi Marie 7-1. We mentioned the last start she had in the Diana. I'm trying to be charitable here. It wasn't Louis Sias's finest hour on that particular ride, but prior to that, she was second to Didier in the New York. We know how good she is, but the problem here, Chris, is she is in against the last 2 Canadian horses of the year, Fevrover and our favorite here at 3-5 more. So it's a tough field, but Nisi Marie's a tough filly.
Let's see how everything panned out in the Beverly D.
It's Fevrover into that turn in front by just over a length. To Libin in the second position. Nadette creeps through down inside of Moira. They're 3rd and 4th now as Nisi Marie trails. 23-2 for the opening quarter mile down the straightaway. They work their way toward the back stretch. And it's Fevrover in command. Fevrover trying to throttle it down a touch, just a length in front of Libin as Moira stays perched out 3 deep in 3rd. Length more back to Nadette, who's back 4th now. And Nisi Marie right to her outside. They're just 4 lengths front to back. After that opening half mile, they were able to slow it down just a touch there, 49 1/5 seconds. So Fevrover, not as slow as last year, but a pretty slow pace up top as they lead it by a length to Libin, who tries to get a little closer now from second. Moira continues out 3 deep in third. Nisi Marie has now poked a nose into that 4th spot as Nadette stays toward the inside, but now they really take close order, just 3.5 front to back as Fevrover takes him into the far turn. Libin, a challenger, a half length back. Moira continues to travel third, 3 wide as Fevrover tries to get away from Libin. Fevrover just 3/4 of a length in front. Now Moira starts to stoke the fires, is warming up on the outside. Nadette, meanwhile, is taking the shortest way home, is in behind horses third. Nisi Marie is under a drive in Libin. Fevrover brings him to the top of the stretch in the Beverly D, but company is coming. Here's Moira on the outside trying to charge after Fevrover. Nadette going to swing toward the center of the course for the final furlong. Fevrover on the inside of Moira. They're racing well apart. Nadette going to try to split the two of them. Moira on the outside, Fevrover on the inside. These two for a final 1/16 of a mile. Fevrover and Moira. Nadette back in third. It's Moira and Fevrover. Moira just in front. Moira!
And there's Moira getting the job done there. Trainer Kevin Attard and Jose Ortiz. He's had different locations, but he continues to do top-class riding.
Yeah, and it was the battle of the 2 Canadian horses of the year. Look, Nisi Marie came on late to be third, and it was funny. Butch talked to Frankie Dettori after the race, the first time he ever had him ride for him. He said he thought he had it at the top of the stretch, but she just couldn't close it because the other two are just so good. How about this? The last 2 horses we saw, Carmelita and Nisi Marie, total cost at the sales like $69,000. They've now combined to win over $900,000 for Butch Reid and the owners. Not a bad return on investment. So Nisi Marie, one of the cool horses around here.
Wow, nice return there. And let's find out more about both those tough contenders. Here's Butch Reid with our own Danny Gibson.
Carmelina, the PA bred, won the Penny Chenery. Take us through that win. Were you surprised with the 7/8?
No, she's about a middle distance horse. She's run it a couple different times, and it's set up perfectly for her. Mikey Sanchez got her out of the gate and got her on the lead, and she's all grit and determination. That filly, if she gets a good run at it, she'll usually give a good representation of herself.
And then you had Nisi Marie in the Beverly D, a really tough race, and you had the world-class rider Frankie Dettori. Take us through your trip, and what'd you think?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was he's there's not much to tell him, so he's been there and seen it all and done it all. He was a real gentleman too, a good guy. I've never met him before, and he was very interested in the horse and what he thought and what our quirks were, and did just a sensational job. And as far as the trip goes, I mean, he sat her in a perfect spot, swung out, but those two kind of got away from her. But he kept riding her, and she did come on to be third. So it was nice to get a grade 2 stakes placing with her as well.
And I wrote about both of these fine horses on Let'sGoRacingParx.com this week, Chris.
Let's give Butch a little break, huh? A little vacation time. And we're going to take our first break here, but we're going to go back to Virginia. We're not done with them because we got the Arlington Million. We'll be talking about that. So excited to see that race. And of course, PA bred champion Whitty is also on the track as well. When we come back, Let's Go Racing.
Integration down toward the inside is still 4th.
The Excite Center at Parx Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss Funny Man JB Smoove on Saturday, September 14th, plus Straight No Chaser on Friday, October 18th. Don't miss these 2 exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parx Casino. Parx Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Back here on Let's Go Racing, Chris Griffin joined by the Hall of Famer, of course, Dick Jerardi, and we've got plenty of racing action still to come. The Arlington Million,
Yeah.
so much history on this race, and again, different venue at Colonial Downs there in Virginia, but a name that we're very familiar with, rider and also a horse we've talked about on this show.
No question. Integration. Kendrick Carmouche told me, Chris, and I know you called this horse's race at Aqueduct, best horse he's ever ridden in his life. Now, he lost the mount for a couple of races. He got it back in the Arlington Million preview, and I know I talked to him. He was very excited to get back here. He's a second choice, though. At 6-5, the Blue is down there. The Godolphin Blue, Nation's Pride, Charlie Appleby, William Buick. We don't have to tell you how good these guys are when they're in. But on paper, it looks like a 2-horse race. And it's interesting. Why is the Arlington Million at Colonial Downs? Well, remember, Churchill Downs owned Arlington Park. Arlington Park has now been closed, so they've moved it to one of the great turf courses in America.
Let's see how they got over that great turf course. And once again, Jason Beam, the announcer on the call of the Arlington Million.
Segoy all alone to the 3/8 pole. Talk of the nation. Nation's Pride still third. Integration down toward the inside is still fourth. This leader is still up top. Segoy brings him around to the quarter pole. A quarter mile left and $1 million on the line. Segoy's lead, though, it's down to 4. Talk of the nation, Nation's Pride, they're closing in. Integration going to take the outside route. Segoy has been collared. Talk of the nation between horses. Nation's Pride trying to go with that one. Just in behind Ancient Rome's putting in a good bid. And down the outside, Integration. A final furlong left to go. Nation's Pride hits the lead. Nation's Pride the leader. Ancient Rome going to try to come through on the inside of Integration, but Nation's Pride in front with 50 yards to go. Nation's Pride going to win the Arlington Million.
The Godolphin Blue, as you pointed out, get the job done once again. Charlie Appleby, another greatest stakes win.
Yeah, they got the jump on Integration. And Chris, it's hard to close into a 23-second final quarter, which is what the winner did. So I thought Integration ran well. I think he's back to his paper form from last year. Hopefully they'll find a grade 1 where Kendrick can get that second grade 1 of his career.
Just fine. Got to stay away from those Godolphin runners sometimes if you
They're
can.
hard to avoid anymore.
Another stakes race and another name we're very familiar with, and that's Whitty, of
Yes.
course, the PA bred champion, and has kind of, had inconsistencies a little bit, but seems to be going in the right direction.
Always gives you a big effort, comes running it late. Big favorite here. Yes, they're back. Godolphin and Charlie Appleby. Mischief Magic 3-5 now. I don't like 3-5 shots in turf sprints, Chris, because too much can go wrong. But we'll see what happens. And our man Jason P. with the call.
Cruising Man just in front of Bear River. Those two 1-2 as they go midway around the turn. Mr. Sidling up 3 deep now to take over third. Determined Kingdom is just in behind fourth. Little Ruru stays glued to the fence. Then comes Dream Shake, who's trying to move out 4 wide. Whitty and Mischief Magic both trying to move in. They're going to go 5 and 6 wide respectively as they come to the top of the stretch. Bear River alongside of Cruising Man. Here's Mr. Joining them up on the outside. Dream Shake looms just in behind. Determined Kingdom crying out for room in the blue silks as they come past the 8th pole. Here comes Dream Shake after the lead. Mr. Bear River battling on. Whitty trying to come as well, but it's Dream Shake and Ben Curtis going clear late. Dream Shake to go on and win it by length. Whitty was second.
And there's Whitty finishing second. Dream Shake and hot pace in front.
Yeah, that was the key to the race when you looked at it. A lot of speed horses were probably going to eliminate themselves, and if you were smart enough to box the 3 closers in there, I bet an $89.60 exacta. And the big closer, the Mischief Magic, we mentioned sometimes things can go bad. Missed the break, out of the race, never a factor at 3-5.
Very tough in those turf sprints, and this is not a turf sprint coming up. The Secretariat Stakes, and a lot of good contenders in here, and especially for those emerging 3-year-olds.
Yeah, and it is cool now that the Secretariat Stakes is back in Virginia, and I don't think people realize this to this day, that Secretariat was a Virginia bred. But yeah, the Secretariat Stakes back, and the big favorite here is Trickery, and that's how you say it. It's been said a lot of different ways. Graham Motion at 3-2, and the other horse I was surprised got big paper too, big favoritism. Brilliant Birdie at 3-5. I thought Trickery was going to be the favorite, and that's kind of who I like. Did you have an opinion on this concept?
It's usually the horses that I've called before. Let's see. Let's find out what happened in the Secretariat Stakes.
Up front, General Ledger, 3/4 of a length in front of Mattingly in a jam, still third on the inside. Here's Trickery starting to move closer now. Is going to be 3 deep. Brilliant Birdie is just in behind 5th, still about 3.5 off the top. General Ledger brings him to the top of the stretch. It's General Ledger. Ortiz just took a look over his shoulder. General Ledger still there. Now here comes Trickery on the outside with a quick move. Brilliant Birdie right down the center. The favorite's 1-2 now with a furlong left to go. Trickery got first jump on Brilliant Birdie. 16th a mile left. Trickery in front by 2.5. Brilliant Birdie is second. Trickery, big, powerful turn of foot to win the Secretariat.
And there is Trickery. Got the name right, of course. And John Velasquez, the Hall of Famer, Graham Motion teaming up.
This was such a powerhouse win, Chris. I mean, just how he won.
Yeah.
You're thinking this horse is going to have to go against Older and might do it. And you could have gotten 47-1 back on Derby week in the American Turf at Churchill Downs. Not this time. I bet 3-2.
All right, we'll try and get some of those 47-1 winners here next time, but we got a quick break and we're going to come right back. We're going to talk about, she wasn't 47-1 in the Kentucky Oaks, was she? We're going to talk about Cathryn Sophia. We'll hear about her run in the Kentucky Oaks when we come back. And let's go racing.
Cathryn Sophia makes her bid 3 wide, and Lewis Bay is still in contention for
The Excite Center at Parx Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the hilarious Steve Trevino on Saturday, November 23rd, plus funny lady Kathleen Madigan on Saturday, December 7th. Don't miss these two exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parx Casino. Parx Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
And welcome back to Let's Go Racing. And you know what's great after a commercial, Dick?
Yes.
Another commercial.
Yeah.
That's right. We're promoting Saturday, Smarty Jones Day, of course, right here at Parx Racing. And it's nice to be back to racing, but we get really into some intense racing here in Winston-Salem. And of course, 6 stakes races, big program, 2 of those races, $200,000 each. And our biggest prep day, really, for our biggest day of racing, and that's going to be September 21st.
And we'll be right here on NBC Sports Philly from 3 to 5 next Saturday.
And I'm holding. We honor Smarty Jones, but also we got the cooler. I mean, you get a free cooler while supplies last. When you come in, free admission, free parking always. That'll be on Saturday. Really big day of racing ahead. And here with more about Smarty Jones Day is the executive director of the PTHA, Jeff Matte.
Yeah, we have a huge card on Saturday. Obviously, it's highlighted by 6 stakes featuring the Smarty Jones, obviously captivating the entire audience. We're going to be on NBC Sports Philadelphia that day from 3 to 5 o'clock, so our fans can watch the general feed on Parx Racing, and they can catch us on NBC Sports Philly. So very much excited. Obviously, we're in our summer break now, so when we come back, we're hitting the ground running, and we're really looking forward to not only Smarty Jones Day, but then that's going to propel us to the 3rd Saturday of September, Pennsylvania Derby Day.
Well, and that's not it, right? So Monday's PA Day at the races. Talk about people can see some top local Pennsylvania breds.
Yeah, you know, Brian Sanfratello, Greg Newell, the PA Breeders, this is their highlighted event. We're going to have, 13 races that day, culminating to almost $1 million, I believe. They're going to have 4 stakes on the card, so just highlighting the best horses bred in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and it's a day we look forward to every year. So like I said, after summer break, Smarty Jones, PA Breds, PA Derby. I mean, it's our most exciting time of the year. Myself, I know you, I know Bruce, I know Dick, our entire team. We can't wait for the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much to Jeff Matte, of course, our executive director at the PTHA. And we talked about Smarty Jones Stakes, but also the Cathryn Sophia Stakes will be run on Saturday.
Yeah, huge deal. She won the 2016 Kentucky Oaks. And Chris, I'll never forget, she finished 3rd in the Ashland. And John Service says, I'm not sure I really want to go. And then Songbird was out. And he says, yeah, I think I might go. And he sent me, he says, you got to watch her last workout. I did. And I'm going, whoa, this was like serious business. And 2 days before, I'm having dinner downtown at Jeff Ruby's Steaks, down in downtown Louisville, with a number of basketball coaches, including my friend Rick Pitino. And at one point he says, just give me 1 horse all weekend. I go, I have 2 words for you, Coach. Cathryn Sophia. We did very well that Friday at the Kentucky Oaks. Thank you.
Here's more from Cathryn Sophia.
Just blessed. That's all I can say. Just to be here after already experiencing it and getting a second chance, it's unbelievable.
And you're here doing this with your dad, too.
Yeah, that makes it all the sweeter.
How's it feel to be back here?
It's great. It's great to be on center stage. John's very happy with the horse, and we're pretty optimistic tomorrow. So.
What makes her go? What's her engine?
Well, we just got a great hip on her. Good shoulder and neck. But her attitude is probably the biggest thing. I mean, she's just so competitive. She just wants to win every time.
It's a pleasure dealing with horses like these. You don't get opportunities like these many times.
What's she like to be around?
She? A lot of fun. You have to pay attention. She makes you pay attention.
After Smarty, I said it's probably once in a lifetime. To be able to come back here and have a shot at the Philly side of it, it's terrific.
Perfect setup.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Perfect setup. It's going to happen. We're going to win.
All in line, ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Oaks. Cathryn Sophia fires out fast. Cathryn Sophia and Javier Castellano, 4th up the backstretch. 4 lengths from front-running Terra Promesa. Cathryn Cathryn Sophia makes her bid 3 wide, and Lewis Bay is still in contention, 4th, and waiting for running room on the inside. Looks like she's got it now.
She ran a great race. John had her prepared, and Javier gave a great ride, and the results were there. I think we won by about 3 lengths, so we were thrilled to death. Prior to coming up with the name for the horse, I always talked to the trainer and asked John, what do you think? And he goes, yeah, she's got some talent. I said, good, because I want to name her after my niece. She's a little spitfire, a soccer player, and so she certainly demonstrated that today.
It's a thrill. It's a privilege, too, to be here, to be named after the horse that just won. It's an amazing feeling.
Are you a fan of horse racing? Are you much more of a fan of horse racing today than you were yesterday? Kind of where are you at this point in terms of your regard for the sport?
Yeah, I am now.
Ton of fun. I have a lot of horses just to try to wait a little longer. But ton of fun, I forgot everything. I said, forget about it. I want to open it. I want to win the race. I rode with a lot of pressure all the way to the 3-8, but I said, forget it.
First, we need to toast this terrific horse, Cathryn Sophia. But I also want to toast John Service for doing a great job with this filly. He took his time, he was very patient, and the results showed today. So, cheers to go.
Cheers to Cathryn.
Yes! Thank you very much to Bruce Casella on that great feature there about Cathryn Sophia. It's turning for home. Family photo time, and taking a look at the family photo of this week. Of course, Princess Tappet, now known as AK, doing amazing. She and her adopter, Emily, spending many nights going on some great bareback walks, and they've joined since the high school rodeo and learning how to rope, run poles, and everything else you can do.
It's great every week hearing all those stories about where all these great horses are now.
Best of the rest time and taking a look at some of the other racing action around the country. Where are we going?
Yeah, we're going to Saratoga for the Saratoga Derby that was last Saturday, and we're interested in Carson's Run, the 4 for Dylan Davis, who's having an incredible meet up there for our good friend Terry Finley and West Point Thoroughbred, and they're going to make the last move in this race and get up to win it by 3/4 of a length. And good for Terry, very emotional win for him. And let's go to Ellis Park, Chris, in Kentucky for the R.A. Cowboy Jones. Now, why would we be interested in this? Check out the 6. That's our PA Derby winner, Saudi Crown. His first race since going to Dubai back in the springtime. He's getting loose on the lead like he always is, and he's going to hold on to win by 3/4 of a length. And yes, it's Cox and Giroux. Thinking maybe Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile is the ultimate goal here for the PA Derby winner, Saudi Crown. And speaking of Cox and Giroux and maybe the PA Derby, check out Most Wanted here in the Ellis Park Derby. He's the 2. He's also loose on the lead. This is a half-brother. Life is Good. Very talented horse. He's going to hold on to barely win this thing at the wire, but I think maybe we see him. They liked it here winning that PA Derby last year, Chris. Maybe we see Most Wanted here on September 21st.
I love that. We're definitely right in the thick of things. You start looking at these horses that they're contending, and you're like, okay, are they going to be running right here at Parx here very soon? We're going to be running on another break here. We're going to come right back. We got some selection time. It's Parx Picks, and Craig Donnelly, he's back from vacation as well. Some selections for you on Let's Go Racing.
The Excite Center at Parx Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss Funny Man JB Smoove on Saturday, September 14th, plus Straight No Chaser on Friday, October 18th. Don't miss these 2 exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parx Casino. Parx Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
back here on Let's Go Racing. Let's get right into it. We got some Parx picks. Where are we going?
Yeah, 9th race on Monday, Chris, is a starter optional claimer, and it's kind of one of these weirdo conditions, you know, 25,000 and never won 4. Almost all these horses fit the never won 4 except BB Bad, who's actually won 7. This is our friends at Holiday Luck Stable. Yes, this is Danny Gibson and Miguel Rodriguez. I think it sets up nicely. There's some speed. I think BB Bad can come on late, and I like horses that win, and that's what this one does.
Got to get to the winner's circle and make some winning selections. Does he have a winning selection? Let's find out. Craig Donnelly, our Hall of Fame handicapper. Hall of Famers everywhere. Craig, who do you like?
In the second race on Monday, my top selection is number 4, Dat Hoss. Now, Dat Hoss had been on a long losing streak, but last time out, Paco Lopez got on him, and he just drew off the win for fun by about 7 lengths. He could have won by 10. It was the best race of his career. Now he faces 2 tough horses. Ego Man has 10 victories, 300 and something thousand in the bank. Super Flyover has 21 victories and almost $500,000 in the bank. Dat Hoss has nothing like that, but Dat Hoss is coming off the best race of his life. The other 2 horses might have lost a few steps, so I'm looking for Dat Hoss to go wire to wire in the second race on Monday.
Thank you very much, Craig Donnelly, with that selection. Hopefully a nice little value pick there.
Of course.
Get a little,
Craig always gives that good.
Yeah, let's get some good odds on that selection. Ion Racing, taking a look right here, Parx.
Yeah, with the Alabama.
Oh, the Alabama.
Yeah, we'll see some of the horses in the cotillion on September 21st. I would think Candy's probably going to be your favorite. You have the Indiana Oaks winner, you got the Iowa Oaks winner. And up at Woodbine today, it's no longer the Queen's Plate. It is now the King's Plate with King Charles in charge. Always a cool race for the Canadian-bred 3-year-olds.
King Charles in the house? Is he going to make it out there?
I don't know. I haven't heard about whether Chuck's going to make it or
Probably
not sure.
We got a lot of great things going on right here at Parx. We got more commercials, more promos here. Don't forget, we've got a Smarty Jones halter, Turning for Home, our great aftercare organization right here at Parx. You saw the family photo earlier. We've got a great Smarty Jones halter. We'll have a nice raffle for the folks that are joining us on Saturday. And then on Monday, because the racing action doesn't stop, it's PA Day at the races, and there's going to be this great zero-turn lawnmower that there's also going to be raffled off. And I remember a local horseman won it last year. If I won, I don't know what I would do with it, but I know it's in conjunction with the PA Breeders and also with Turning for Home. It's always a great hit, and thank you again to the donation of that lawnmower, because hey,
it's a
$10, win a lawnmower, why not?
Why not? I like it.
Still don't know what I would do with it. And finally, also on a more serious note, we do have to say goodbye to someone we recently lost.
Yeah, Bob Seeger, trainer, owner around here for years, won more than 1,000 races, Chris. He used to sit up in the 5th floor dining room when that was open, first table. Everybody knew Bobby would be there. 3 different years he won more than 100 races. He was a serious player around here. And I think maybe his best horse was Try for the Gold, won the 1993 Garden State Stakes. Won 7 stakes overall and was ridden back in the day by Parx Hall of Famer Matt Vigliotti. So anybody that has followed the track around here knows that horse, certainly knew Mr. Seeger and Matt Vigliotti.
And we send our condolences out to Mr. Seeger and his entire family, and will be missed. And thank you to their contribution to this great sport of horse racing. That's going to do it for Dick Jerardi and myself. We've got all kinds of great racing action coming up. Danny Gibson's going to be back here as well, back in this seat. Enjoy not only Smarty Jones Day, but don't forget to join us on PA Derby Day. It's Let's Go Racing. We'll see you next time.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away. And Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Vet Parx Pennsylvania Derby.